What's up, y'all? It's your girl Dr. Nina, and let's just get right to it. Y'all asked me plenty questions about my protective hairstyles as well as my natural hairstyles that I use to promote healthy hair growth. But also you guys have asked me some of my techniques and how I've updated my natural hair routine. So I want to make sure that I show you guys just that. I have videos linked below of things that I've done in the past where it shows products that I've used, how I've regrown my edges, different things like that. But I want this video to be more special in that I show you things and how they're linked to my washing regimen and even my super not secret growth oil that you guys can make right at home, because this summer I know lots of us are going to be protective styling. So let's make sure that we're keeping our beautiful hair healthy. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you like it, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel and also my vlog channel. Make sure that you come back on all Thursdays and some Sundays for video uploads, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. For me, protective styling is a no-brainer. I love it because my hair is normal to low porosity, so it really helps me to maintain moisture and also retain length. You will do really well to know exactly what your hair porosity is, and I have a link down below to how to figure that out. But the best thing about it is it will teach you how long you can actually keep styles, how much you must moisturize, and how much you might even want to use oils on your hair. I have so many videos on hair products that I love that this video is way less about that and more about how I'm using them. But I did want to share that I've been using the Cream of Nature coconut milk line, and you guys know I always rant and rave about the argan oil line. I got all the products today from Curl Kits that I get every month, and with my link below down in the information section, you'll get 10% off your box, and for under 25 bucks you get full-size products, y'all. I love the Curl Kits. I'm pretty happy I chose today to film because my hair is super dirty. I used a new gel that will remain nameless until I learn how to use it correctly, because I think it was my error, but we'll figure that out. And I share a lot of the grabs that I get with you guys. So this shower curtain is currently in my Amazon shop. I thought it was cute, so I got it. But let's get on into this washing. I have plenty wash day videos, but I just wanted to express something. Usually when my hair has been in protective styles for about a week or two, I like to make sure I wash it in plenty sections. But this particular week, it had only been about a week or less, so I was able to get through it in about 4 sections. Otherwise, I like to make sure that my hair is free of tangles and that all debris, everything is out of it. So the longer you're keeping a protective style, the smaller the sections might be for you in order to make sure your hair is properly cleaned from the root of your hair to the tips. Shampoo is mainly for the scalp, so I like to make sure that, especially when I've protective styled or had any natural hair styling for a while, that I've dealt with that scalp and pulled it down to the ends of my hair. As always, I like to doctor up my conditioners, and so I like to add in an oil of my choice. A little bit of oil that you like is fine. I like olive oil, avocado oil, or a mixture of many oils. So that's what I'm doing here, and I just make sure that I apply that from root to tip. And if I need extra conditioning, so let's say my hair has been in a protective style or even just any style for a week or more, I definitely need to go ahead and deep condition. So about 2 times a month, a good deep conditioner is necessary. I like to use a little bit of heat when it comes to deep conditioning. It doesn't seem right without it, so I use my Layla Ali soft bonnet dryer. It just seems to make the detangling process much easier and simpler, so that I'm able to finger detangle but also follow through with my wide tooth comb. Detangling only happens for me when my hair is full of conditioner. I usually do not detangle outside of that unless it's an emergency, and I don't know what kind of emergency that would be. That just works better for me. So even in the shower, if I'm not going to deep condition, I try to finger detangle and work my fingers through my hair to catch any shed hairs or any knots or things like that, and I take my time with it. I'm not impatient. I try to only wash my hair when I have the time to do it. From there, I rinse my hair out completely and slowly, and then get out any extra moisture, and I like to use a t-shirt in order to dry my hair. I also add leave-in conditioner and twist my hair into big sections. And in the morning, if there's large amounts of water left in my hair, I just sit under the dryer in the morning and allow some of that to come out for about 20 minutes, and then my hair is good to go. I like for my hair to be a little damp before styling anyway. I'm using some of the same tools you guys always see me use, and And yes, my hair is still a bit damp and shrunken, but I find that my hair has the most pop and the best look when I do it in that state. Yes, I love stretched hair, but a lot of times, depending on how I'm going to style my hair, it's going to end up shrinking up anyway. So I found that as long as it's detangled when I'm dealing with it, I'm fine with it. So all I'm doing here is parting out the front, because instead of styling the back in smaller parts, I've started to not just get lazy, but I find that the less little bitty parts going on in my head, the less tangling. That also helps me switch up the look of the hairstyle really fast if I want to. And today I'm using the Ampro Silk Edges. I love this stuff, and I like to apply it close to the hairline and the parts to help the area look smooth, especially since I didn't blow my hair out. This just makes sure that it's really smooth. Now here's a word of advice. If you're protective styling with rubber bands, double rubber band. I find that keeps my hair from breaking off. And also, don't pull too tightly. You see that I went back to kind of reverse any tightness that was on my hair. I allow the product to work and make my hair look tight, if you will, instead of actually having it tight. First off, I can't sleep like that. It doesn't feel good, and it doesn't help your hair grow. It makes it come right on out, especially those edges. And y'all know how I am about the sliding edges. We don't do sliding edges over here. We trying to keep them in, y'all. Another trick to protective styling for hair growth is to make sure any place where your hair is sensitive or it's thinner than the rest, which tends to be around the edge line for most people, is to make sure that you style that section larger. Don't make it too small. The smaller you make it, the easier it is to snatch the hair right on out or cause some traction alopecia. We don't want that. That's counterproductive when it comes to us growing our hair. So be very mindful of how tight you have your hair. You don't want it tight. I try to have a rule of thumb, twisting those rubber bands about 2 to 3 times. But then after that, I really don't need much more, because I'm not trying to jack up my brain. Now you're simply going to repeat the same pattern on the other side of your hair. So I'm going to speed this up because I'm literally doing the same thing. And mind you, you don't have to use the same pattern I do. I get motivated to do this differently every time. That's why y'all always ask me about my hair as if it's a new style. I feel like it's the same style and I just forgot what I did the last time, so I just make something up. That's the fun part about protective styles too. Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, so it kind of gives you a different way to switch your hair up every time. Here's another tip. Make sure that you're feeling around your head to see how moisturized it actually feels. Once I've done a leave-in conditioner and that's following that deep conditioner, I'm usually pretty good as long as that leave-in conditioner is pretty creamy. And also if I follow up with a thin layer of oil like argan oil or even a little bit of jojoba oil. Protective styling does not excuse you from moisturizing. I still have to spray on some good moisturizer like a leave-in conditioner at least twice a week. Here you'll also see that I'm doing a messy braid, so I'm just connecting those sections that I've already done. I found that when I do this, my hair feels more protected and yet also maintains its moisture levels a bit better than me leaving this hair loose or out. So I like to make sure that there's an added barrier of protection by connecting these with a loose French braid. And honestly, if you're one of those people that can leave protective styles up to 2 weeks, this method really seems to help it last longer. I could leave protective styles up to 2 weeks, but because I work out so much, a week and a half is about the most I can do in a style like this. And with that, I still have to take it down and moisturize it. And that's another reason why I leave a bigger part of the back out, and I might redo these braids a week in. I'm basically doing the very same thing I did on the other side. One thing I also do is in the end, I really don't even care how the back looks in terms of parting. I try to make sure that the very visible parts are straight, but you can see there in the middle, this little top bun is not straight at all. If somebody looking that close, they need to see everything that's going on, and they're gonna see that my part is not straight, and that's okay, because all I'm trying to do is protect my hair while looking cute. After I bun that up, I then bunned up the 2 side areas, and that's real simple. Just add a little gel if you would like, smooth it up with a brush if you need to, and then just take an ouchless band and put it in a ponytail and round it into a bun. That's all you're doing for all the sections. So what's the payoff for styles like this and other styles that I've shown you guys? One thing I can say is it took me about 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete, but it's gonna last me over a week and a half, and that's through rain, sleet, snow, or even my work workouts, yes. And then I just take one of these little brushes and brush the edges. Y'all know I ain't no big old baby hair person, but I'll do a little bit, you know, just enough to get back. I do like to make sure that I also allow this to be under a satin scarf for a while, at least an hour if I can spare the time. If not, it's fine just going out how it is. I like to double scarf my hair before going to bed as well, just to protect all my edges, including the back. While this hairstyle looks amazing plain, I also love to jazz it up a little bit with hair jewelry, and that's found in my Amazon shop as well. I like it because it just gives it a little bit of flair, and it covers up those rubber bands, especially if you're like me and don't always like showing rubber bands. But I do not sleep in it. Now, I've fallen asleep in it and I find that it makes my head sore, so I try not to do that. For this awesome hair growth oil, we're going to use olive oil as our carrier oil, or the oil that dilutes the other oils: coconut, jojoba, black castor, lavender, lemon essential oil, clary sage, and rosemary. Sometimes I substitute in regular castor oil for the Jamaican black castor oil, and sometimes peppermint oil I substitute in instead of the rosemary. And sometimes I add a little scented oil, the oatmeal milk and honey. I love these hair color bottles because they have the measurements on the side, and the nozzles make it easy to get down to the scalp, and they're cheap. I like to keep a good measurement cup and a funnel just in case, because the funnel keeps you from losing that oil, which equals that coin. A dropper also helps to keep you from losing oil. I love extra virgin olive oil in general, but I love it for this because it helps to dilute my other more powerful oils simply and safely. Coconut oil has lauric and capric acid, and those help to protect the root of the hair. Jojoba oil helps to moisturize the hair follicles specifically. Castor oil helps with hair growth and hair thickening. Lavender oil helps to reduce stress levels and improve blood flow to the scalp. Lemon essential oil stimulates the scalp's natural production of oils, which keeps the scalp from getting dry. Clary sage helps to stop hair loss while promoting hair growth. And rosemary is like my favorite. It helps to increase blood circulation, but also helps to stop hair loss. Just make sure that you shake the mix up very well. You can kind of add in what you like or want to take out. It's up to you. I make sure I shake it up every time before I use it. I apply this mix directly to my scalp. You guys have commented on the health of my scalp, and I think that this has really helped that, because in the middle of my head I have areas that get sore and itchy, and this has really improved that overall. So I would say a good starting point is 2 to 3 times a week, and when you can remember it, and to give yourself a good scalp massage. But it's going to depend on how much oil your hair can actually take. You also might want to take a few drops and rub it throughout your hair to make sure that you're reinforcing the moisture in your hair and sealing that in as well. Keeping this kind of bottle around just makes things simpler for you and makes it easy to remember. I've also noticed that since I've started adding this to the bottom of my neck, instead of my hair breaking off back there, it has actually started to really grow. So that might be an added benefit as well. I hope y'all really learned something from your girl today. I am truly a protective styler, and I know what great things it has done for my hair, especially when I learned how to take good care of my hair overall. So make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace. Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up.